Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. The Giants are tied to the worst record in the NFL at 2-8. What are you hearing for the future of Brian Daboll?
Well, now that they go into the bye week, there'll be plenty of speculation about Daboll's future. But remember this, last month, owner John Mara said he doesn't anticipate making any changes after the season, which would imply no changes during the season. One change that seems inevitable during the season, quarterback Daniel Jones, $23 million injury guarantee for next year. They'll have to bench him at some point to avoid him having the kind of injury that would cause them to owe him that money in 2025. And about the quarterback position, after the game today, Brian Daboll said, we'll evaluate where we're at and what we need to do.
Time for a PFT update brought to you by Accenture. Mike, you spoke with Leo Chenal after his game-winning block.
You know, we have players talk from time to time about the things they learn by studying film. This was all in game. Chenal said that the earlier field goal attempts and extra points showed him that the guy assigned to him was, quote, light on his toes, end quote, and the bull rush would work. They also are very competitive about the timing of getting off at the snap. You saw how many guys got across the line and had a chance to block it. And also, there was talk among the defensive players about letting the Broncos score a touchdown and trusting the Kansas City offense to score the game-winning points. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo said, we are not doing that. We are going to make a stop. And they did. Crazy week for Darren Rizzi. Goes from special teams coordinator to interim head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Talked to him at length after the game. He had some interesting points to make. First of all, one of the reasons the transition was easier for him than it is for other coaches, he's been an assistant head coach for years. He's been involved in game management on game day for years. In Miami, he used to carry around the red flag for Adam Gase, so he knows very well the decisions that need to be made by a coach while a game is happening. Also, he got advice from the likes of Bill Parcells, Dan Campbell, Todd Bowles. All three said the same. Be yourself. And as you saw on Football Night in America, I don't think he's capable of being anything but himself. Also, he didn't realize he was going to be the head coach today as he goes through his routine until it was time to give the pregame speech. He had nothing prepared, but he still got it done. And one other interesting note, because we saw some pushing and shoving and what was going on with him and Peyton Turner after the game. It turns out when Peyton Turner shoved him from behind, he gave Darren Rizzi a stinger. And his left arm went numb and his legs got a little wobbly as he was trying to push back against Peyton Turner. Last point as it relates to special teams coordinators as potential permanent head coaches. We rarely see it happen. I asked him, why do you think that is? He said, the problem is that the owners and the general managers want to win the press conference when the new coach is announced, and they aren't willing to take a chance on a special teams coordinator because it's harder to create the kind of buzz that you want to make when you have a special teams coordinator as your head coach.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.